So it's important for us to study their life so that we can gain a better appreciation of the prophethood of Muhammad. Secondly, for those of us who live here in the hood in America, and we always hear this, how should I call people to Islam? Who are the best type of people to call to Islam? What's the best method to call people to Islam? When we look at these people, we find certain qualities that stick out and let us know why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chose these people to be the servants of the prophetic message, meaning that these people were blessed and chosen to be those people who actually received the prophet in his infancy as a prophet and stood by him and helped him and assisted him. So we look at around 7 qualities which we should look at in people around us in our daily life. Try to find these qualities in people and see how we can spread the message of Islam to them. The first quality was hospitality and generosity. They were extremely hospitable and they were extremely generous. And we know that generosity is usually linked with bravery. When somebody is generous, it's usually because they're brave. They're not scared of something. When somebody is bakhil or miserly, this is a sign of someone's cowardness, that they don't really trust Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to take care of them, so they don't give. We find that these people, they gave and they were hospitable beyond normal understanding. In fact, there were some bad aspects of this. They would waste. They would be praised for their extreme amounts of hospitality. If you read the mu'allaqat of the old Arabic poems, you find that these people were wasteful beyond normal recognition. If you want to understand their generosity, you can go to one story of a pre-Muhammadan story of a man one time who he was very wealthy and very famous and very known amongst the Arabs as being very generous. And somebody became jealous of him and sent a hitman after him to kill him. So the hitman got this man alone in the desert and he prepared to kill him. And as he was about to kill the man said to him, why are you killing me? And he said, man, somebody paid me, let's say like $1,000 to knock you off. Somebody paid me $1,000 to kill you. And he responded and said, $1,000? I'll pay you if you don't kill me. I'll pay you something else. So the hitman was like, hey, this sounds good. How much will you pay me? He said, I'll pay you, $1,100 if you don't kill me. So the hitman, he said, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Are you crazy? You're only going to pay me 1,100 not to kill you? You are so miserly. You know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to kill you. I'm going to do worse. I'm going to go and tell everybody that you are not very hospitable. So the person that he was about to kill, he became extremely upset and he said to him, please kill me. I'll pay you whatever you want. Kill me. Don't tell anyone that I'm not generous, that I'm not, hospitable. The generosity of these people and their hospitality led them to serve Islam and to sacrifice, a lot of the things that they had for the cause of the truth. The second important quality that they had was keeping promises. They were very, very, famous for keeping promises. In fact, one of the root causes of hypocrisy is lying. The Prophet Muhammad said, Ayatul Munafiq Thalatha, that the signs of a hypocrite are 3 in an authentic hadith. And the first one is, إِذَا حَدَثْ كَذَب, that when they speak, they lie. The people came to the Prophet Muhammad and asked him, can a believer be a coward? Yes. Can a believer be, miserly? Yes. Then they asked him, can a believer be a liar? No. When you go to the Quran, as Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah, he mentioned, usually whenever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions hypocrites, He says, أُولَٰئِكُمُ الْكَاذِبُونَ, that these people are liars, that these people are people of lying. We find that when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions the people of belief, He says, أُولَٰئِكَ الَّذِينَ صَدَقُوا, that the people of belief and faith are the people of truth. So they used to keep their promises, and we know that soon they were going to be given a great promise, and that was the promise of prophethood, to support the message of truth. When those of us who became Muslim, we say Shahadatain, La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. This is an ahad, this is a promise with Allah. Let us look at ourselves and see how we keep in this promise. The fourth one is a sense of honor and dignity. They had a great sense of honor and dignity, and because of this, later on, those who accepted Islam felt a sense of honor and dignity at being brought out of extreme darkness into the light of Islam. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, يُخْرِجُ الْحَيَّ مِنَ الْمَيِّتِ, that Allah brought things that were dead to life. One time I met a sheikh from Mauritania, and he asked me, هل دخلت في الإسلام؟ قلت له نعم. He asked me, did you become Muslim? I said yes. He looked at me and said, يخرج الحي من الميت. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes the dead to the living. This guy used to be dead, and mashallah, now he's alive with Islam. The fifth was that they were firm and stubborn, and this stubbornness and firmness would help the truth later on and the call of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, because they would not waver in their call. I mean, they were, as we're going to see inshallah, they went through so many tests, so many hardships, but they never gave up because they were determined. Now, those of us who become Muslim, the smallest test happen to us. Our families go against us, our friends turn against us. Look at the lives of the companions of the Prophet Muhammad, who were killed, who lost their homes, who lost so many things, but they never wavered in the call of the truth. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ قَالُوا رَبُّنَا اللَّهُ ثُمَّ اسْتَقَامُوا, as is mentioned in the Quran. The sixth was perseverance and mildness. They were sabirun. They were able to handle tests and be mild in these tests. And this led them to have courage and led them to be able to handle the long road that awaited them, the long road of da'wah. The seventh one is that they were pure and simple. Their society was never conquered. Their society was not corrupted by the major, superpowers of the day. That way they were very natural. So the call of nature, the call of one God appealed to them. And because of their simplicity, they accepted it. And because of their simplicity in dunya, being from the people of Zuhud, they were able to, refrain from being tempted into the world and stay and help the call of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. So these qualities are qualities that we should look for in the people around us, the people that we think will be, recipients of this wonderful message of Islam. We're going to break now for commercial break. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
IBN is your voice. Let us know what you think of our broadcast. Email us at feedback@ibn.net or call our feedback line at 703-241-9659, extension 6. Your opinion counts.
أيها المبعوث فينا جئت بالأمر المطاع أنت غوثنا جميعا يا مجمل الطباع صلى الله على محمد.
Welcome back to the program. Now we're going to summarize basically what we talked about today. We talked about why it's important that we study the life of the Prophet Muhammad to gain a better understanding of Islam, how Islam is applied, understanding our belief as Muslims, our law as Muslims, our method in calling people to Islam, and the method of training ourselves and training others is coming out of the prophetic example. Secondly, we talked about the qualities of the Arabs before the time of Muhammad, peace be upon him, and how we should take these qualities and use them in today's time when we want to call others to Islam. I hope inshallah that you will attend our next show. We plan to talk about the lineage of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, starting from Prophet Abraham to inshallah Abdul Muttalib. Jazakumullahu khairan for listening to our program. Peace and blessings of Allah be upon you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
This program has been sponsored by the Islamic Media Foundation, sharing the guidance of Allah through broadcast media and the Internet.